The Acolyte is indeed one of the Star Wars shows of all time. Now don't get upset, this is not a critical review of that show. I've seen the discourse online and have decided the best course of action.
So you will do nothing?
I am not getting involved. The show came and it went. But the show is about killing Jedi, so that's what I want to look into. This video will contain spoilers, but if you weren't going to watch it anyway, then it doesn't really matter. Now there are 3 main attributes that you need to keep in mind when it comes to killing Jedi. 3 things that you really want to have on your side: fear, surprise, and intimidation. Keep those in mind. First up, we have our prospective Jedi assassin, looking to kill Jedi Master Indara. You can immediately see her first mistake. Our assassin just walks up to her and demands that Indara attack her. Obviously, a Jedi is not going to do that, but they will if you start attacking random people. So that's exactly what she does. But she doesn't inflict any fatal wounds, which is what she should do.
Start shooting innocents. Not to kill, just enough so that they're gonna die unless the Jedi does something to save them.
She could have used her throwing knives or taken a blaster off one of the patrons. Instead, she tries to reach for the Jedi's lightsaber, I suspect simply to disarm them, making the Jedi overall weaker. In hand-to-hand combat, she quickly realizes that she won't be able to best this Jedi Master, so she takes a lady hostage. That's a good step. She throws the hostage over the railings, compelling the Jedi to use the Force and save them, making the Jedi vulnerable. This was her first chance to try and land a blow on the Jedi, perhaps with one of her throwing knives. Instead, she hides. Maybe she wasn't confident in the knives for some reason, so she went for the surprise angle. But the Jedi already knows you're here, and you don't have any fear or intimidation like General Grievous did. The Jedi is going to sense you coming. She must have figured this out because after a while she comes running around a small corner attempting to stab the Jedi head on. This obviously does not work. They go back to hand combat. She manages to land a single hit, surprising the Jedi. I suppose the Jedi grew arrogant, not unheard of among Jedi. But ultimately what failed before, fails again. The assassin loses this round of the fight as well. The Jedi lets her guard down at the reveal of who she's fighting and gets force pushed. The assassin pulls out a bunch of throwing knives and tosses them. The Jedi decides it's time to use her lightsaber and uses it to deflect them. The Jedi makes it clear that the assassin is not going to win this fight, and that's when they both notice that for whatever reason, the barkeep didn't evacuate with the rest of the people and has been here the entire time. So the assassin decides, you know what, I'm just going to do what I should have done from the very beginning. I could have done it when the bar was full of people. I could have done it when I threw that lady off the balcony. Maybe the assassin was arrogant herself. Regardless, she tosses a knife at the barkeep, distracting the Jedi, and stabs her with another knife. Now this isn't exactly a fight. The assassin goes after one Master Torben. She does the same thing as before, walks up to him and tells him to attack her. But the Jedi is in deep meditation and is projecting some sort of force field around him, so she has to find another way. This encounter is basically this.
There is no need to dirty your hands when you can convince another to drive a blade into their own heart.
Because the assassin gets herself a poison and goes back. Then she proceeds to talk to him. She uses his guilt to make him take the poison himself, and that was the end of him. The assassin's name is May, by the way. This time May falls into a trap set by the Jedi, which means she is wholly unprepared for this fight, especially against the Jedi Master who confronts her. Jedi Master Saul starts to walk towards her, but she throws one of her knives into his path. The Jedi stops, but the fight that ensues shows that it wasn't very intimidating. The Jedi Master is very calm and easily wards off her attacks. This is a very bad position she's in. The best thing for her to do is to retreat. But with a Jedi Master standing right there, that's easier said than done. Still, priority number 1 is figuring a way out. Meanwhile, the Jedi Master appears to be toying with her. Maybe his plan was that eventually she'll figure out that she has absolutely no chance of winning or escaping, thus leading to her surrender. He even disarms her. Then he catches her using the Force and begins to read her mind. She breaks free somehow after demanding that the Jedi stop reading her mind. I got some bad news for you, lady. That's not gonna happen.
You see, Jedi, light or dark, do it. More often than you'd think.
Saul continues to read her mind. A Jedi Knight named Yord, who's been watching the fight up till now, joins the fray. He inadvertently gives May the assassin an idea on how to escape, so she uses it and it works. No Jedi are killed, but like Count Dooku instructs, if you're not in a good position to fight Jedi, don't try to fight Jedi. Just run. Now in this fight, we have a Sith Lord. People seem to call him the Stranger. He unexpectedly shows up, and he's facing 8 Jedi by himself. This makeup consists of 1 Jedi Master and at least 1 Padawan. I'm going to assume that the rest are all Jedi Knights. Now the fight begins with the stranger using what appears to be Force Wave, basically a more powerful version of Force Push, to blast away all 8 Jedi. These Jedi are not prepared to fight a Sith Lord. The Sith haven't been seen for centuries. They were thought extinct. The Jedi have no experience, and they probably barely even talk about the Sith. So predictably, the Jedi start dropping like flies. One is killed off screen, they're stabbed, they're slashed, they're shish kebab. The stranger uses a helmet and a gauntlet made of cortosis, a metal that can temporarily disable lightsabers, but you can still knock someone over the head with the hilt. Cortosis also has the added benefit of blocking telepathy attempts, so the Jedi the Sith Lord is fighting are unable to read him, giving him another advantage. After mopping the floor with the nameless faceless Jedi, the stranger uses an oldie but a goodie. He throws his lightsaber towards our protagonist, but Jedi Master Sol saves the day. He handles himself a lot better than the rest, of course, but Sol is not doing all that great right now. 5 Jedi Knights are dead. He can't read his mind, and instead the Sith Lord is getting inside his head. According to Yor, this fighting style is also very unorthodox. It could just be their lack of experience fighting Sith, but either way, it seems to be working. After this, he vanishes and proceeds to haul ass straight for the Jedi Padawan. Why? Because he wants to kill May, his apprentice. So now the Sith Lord is distracted. His priority seems to be killing May, but the Jedi Master and Padawan are getting in the way. Bars. Can he use May to get an upper hand on the Jedi? Well, we'll see. Sol gets his lightsaber disabled, but he understands something that Kreia tries to teach us using Phasma. You can't be completely useless without a weapon. Jackie the Padawan engages and uses her lightsaber hilt to knock his Cortosis helmet off. She lunges towards him, but surprise, Jedi, I had 2 lightsabers the entire time. He's got fear. He killed 5 Jedi Knights by himself. He's intimidating. They can't read his mind, but he seems to know plenty about them, and he's got the creepy voice. Now he's working the surprise angle too. He's got the trifecta. At this point, Sol is in a lot of trouble. He's got all this against him, and to top it all off, his Padawan's dead. The only thing that could have made it better was if he had wounded the Jedi instead.
That when fighting a Jedi, you wound the Padawan first, then let the rest take care of itself. Not only will the Master move to protect the student, but the forced bond between the two will mess up the Master's head better than any stab wound.
It's a forced bond that's been severed instead of lingering in pain, but it still helps. Now Sol is doing things like getting easily distracted and getting upset. I asked earlier if the stranger could use May against the Jedi. The answer is yes. He takes her hostage, so Sol stands down. Yord comes in to save the day, but unfortunately for him,
Surprise. Surprise, motherfucker.
deader than fried chicken. Yet another dead Jedi at Sol's feet. He should be in deep doo-doo now. This is the single best chance that the stranger is going to get to kill this Jedi Master. He'll have to make do without the helmet, but he doesn't. With no lightsabers, he and Sol engage in fisticuffs. Sol attacks him, in anger by the way, and as a result, overpowers him. Sol puts a lightsaber to his neck, and Osha, May's twin, stops him, because Jedi. He doesn't arrest him somehow, or maybe slice off some limbs. He just kind of let him go. They let him pick his lightsaber back up, and they resort to using giant bugs to get away from him. The next fight is a rematch between Jedi Master Sol and the stranger. The Sith Lord repaired his helmet and managed to sneak up behind Sol since it makes him difficult to sense. Sol has other things on his mind currently as well. Regardless, the Sith Lord decides to throw this advantage away to taunt Sol instead. He had surprise, but the taunt was meant to instill some level of fear, I believe. However, there aren't many unknowns anymore. There's no horde of dead Jedi or innocent civilians. Sol is very composed, very focused on this one singular object. The Sith Lord is in a very unideal position. Predictably, Sol is wiping the floor with him. He is simply not prepared for this, and he should retreat. It's gonna be more difficult this time, but try sneaking up on him again if you manage to get away. But he doesn't, and eventually loses. Like I said at the beginning, this is not a review of the show. This is not an analysis of quality. I don't know if the show's producers had these things in mind while writing it. I hope they did, and I hope the future Star Wars shows also do. You can find out everything you need to know about killing Jedi from this video right here. People really liked it, so you probably will too.